The Paranormies are a group of well-experienced ghost hunters who visit locations and see what they can find. They post their findings onto their YouTube channel so that people like us can see what ghosts are capable of, and it truly is fascinating. In the adventure that I am about to expose you to, they were responding to a scary story of an old friend who may have been part of a homicide in the 1970s. The spooky, abandoned town of Piney is where this took place, and they wanted to investigate the train station first, and weird signs popped up right away.
You can moan for us so we can hear it. You can do it into one of our microphones or into our ear.
Look at this, man. I didn't see over there, but that looks like it's coming down too.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. Like where I'm shining, that looks like a TV, the actual two-part of the TV.
Oh yeah.
All around the station, they were finding appliances such as televisions, stoves, and refrigerators, which was really weird, considering the purpose of the building was supposed to be a transport mechanism. The team theorized that it must have been converted to a storage unit, but as I said, this was just a theory. After coming up with this, they continued their train station adventure without much else to think about. This location had been debunked, but not a house in the town. Next, they all went to the closest house in the abandoned town, and what they found there was much weirder.
Silence.
Really?
Like I actually heard like a lot of voices, but like then it just would stop for like 10-20 seconds at a time, and then it would just pick up again, which is super weird. So if it's silent in here right now, it could pick up again any second.
You hear that?
Yeah. Oh my god! Was that upstairs? No, that's outside.
Holy f, man, it sounded like a piece of the house just busted off.
What? That might have been it, because look at the roof.
Was that a piece of the house or was that you? Oh man, that freaked me out. Hands are shaking. Holy smokes.
There was something standing here, right?
What's that?
You saw it too?
Yeah.
Something was standing right here.
It looked like something was standing right here.
Oh my god.
But I saw it for like a split second.
A thump was heard by the whole group, and it was almost as if a victim of the homicide was still haunting the town. I will continue this story in a future video on the channel. William Davies was winding down in his bedroom when he heard the soft creak of the door moving. At first, he thought it was just a draft, but then it happened again and again. No windows were open and the heating wasn't on. He grabbed his phone and began filming, thinking it might just be a loose hinge or bad alignment.
Whatever that was. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, just move back a bit then. Oh, not amazing. Get too close to the door. Whoa. Postman. No way. Holy shit. Makes me wonder. strange. Definitely air something there. By the clock. What? I'm definitely hearing things. Whoa. Not possible. Got some pull on it as well.
In the footage, the bedroom door sways all by itself, as if something is actually in contact with it. As William turns the camera to scan the rest of the room, the cabinet door beside his dresser swings open just as deliberately. There's no sound, no sudden gust, nothing visible that could have triggered it. Afterward, William sits down and replays the clip multiple times, watching how precisely everything moved. The timing feels intentional, like something unseen was reacting to him. He checks the hinges, tests the cabinet, even places items inside to see if anything shifts naturally, but everything stays still until the camera comes back out. That night, he leaves the lights on and tries to sleep with one eye open. The fear isn't from what he saw, but from knowing he didn't imagine it. Something in that room moved, and whatever it was, it knew he was watching. In the following video, Matty was home alone when he heard the bells from the front door ringing. This usually meant that somebody had entered the house, but upon checking, nobody was there, so he assumed it was the wind. However, when he started hearing this again later in the night, he was not going to be as foolish. Matty took his camera this time to capture the phenomenon on camera, and this is what he was able to see.
I don't know what's going on with these dogs, bro. They're scared of something. Yo, I'm telling you, bro, that's the second time I heard those bells, bro. The second time I'm home all the alone, bro. Nobody is home. Nobody. No one is home. Nobody is home. And those bells. What's wrong, Petey? What's wrong? What do you see? You see something? You see something over here? I'm telling you, those bells, I heard them twice. What the f*** is going on? Petey! 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 Petey, what's going on? The TV turned on. The TV turned on. Petey, let's go. Go, Petey. Go. Go out. Go out. Go out. Go. Go out. Go out. Go out. Go out. Go out. What the is going on? What the is going on? What the is going? It turned off. It turned off. Lucy, Bentley, let's go. Bentley, get out. Let's go. Tiberius, let's go. Get the out. Get the out. Get the out. Let's go. Tiberius. Lucy. Oh my God. Charlie, let's go. Come on. Come on, who's home? Come on, who's home? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Come on, T! Come on! Lucy!
The chiming bell was definitely not the biggest issue in this house, because from falling objects to a self-activating TV, this place had it all. Experts have no idea why a poltergeist would choose to target Matty, especially considering nobody else, including him, ever noticed something weird inside of the house again. This is one of many big mysteries on this channel that will likely never be solved. The woman in our next clip loved her job as a cleaner at the old church. Every day, she took pride in making the place shine, enjoying the quiet moments among the ancient stone and stained glass windows. But one day, while working late, she suddenly felt an icy chill creeping through the air. Feeling uneasy, she decided to record a video for her friend to show what was happening.
I want to go back there quick.
In the footage, a heavy wooden door slowly moves by itself. She turns around, startled, and screams. After that, she left work early and told her boss she wouldn't be returning. The experience shook her deeply, and the church that once felt like a second home suddenly became a place she wanted to avoid forever. Two kids were messing around in the kitchen one afternoon while their family's Ring doorbell camera picked up everything. They had been watching scary videos earlier and were still hyped up, joking loudly to each other. "I ain't scared of no ghosts." It was all fun and laughter until it wasn't. Just after one of them repeats the line, the door ahead of them slams shut with full force, seemingly out of nowhere. Their faces go from playful to terrified in a heartbeat. They scream, running around in a panic, not knowing whether to open the door or hide. Eventually, they yank it back open and bolt straight through the house, crying as they race down the street to their grandma's place next door. Later that evening, after things calmed down, their parents reviewed the footage. There were no windows open, no fans on, and nothing they could find that would have caused the door to move like that. Everyone agreed it wasn't just wind or coincidence. It felt like a direct response to the kids mocking whatever might be in the house. Since then, they haven't gone back to that kitchen alone, and next time they talk about ghosts, they'll think twice before taunting them. No one in this family ever thought their house was haunted. It was barely 9 years old, and everything about it felt normal, except for one thing. Ever since they were kids, they'd hear the sound of someone digging through their big plastic tub of Lego pieces upstairs. It was the same tub where they used to build bionicles, and the rattling noise it made was loud and unmistakable. But sometimes, that sound would echo through the house when no one was up there.
Yeah, I hear that loudly. Dude, that is weird. That's loud. That's loud. Yeah, that's very loud. Come in. Get up. What's going on? be nothing in here. And look how heavy this is. Yeah. Hang on, there's nothing up here. What the crap? There's nothing in here either, look. I could hear it when we got about halfway down the hallway. Yeah, it stopped. As we got closer. I just heard once. Like I came out and heard like, shh. That's all I heard. Yeah, but we heard it when we were sitting there. We were sitting there. You heard it start? Yeah. Yeah, we heard it start and it went for like... How long ago before you got me? It probably went for about 10 seconds, 10 or 15 seconds. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. You'll watch it. So you can...
In the recording, you can clearly hear the distinct plastic clatter coming from the closet, like someone sifting through the pieces. The two brothers rush toward it, open the door, and find absolutely nothing. No person, no movement, just an eerie stillness. They figured that was it, just the same weird sound they'd been hearing for years. But when they showed the footage to friends and eventually cast it onto their living room TV, someone caught something that none of them had seen before. In the far back of the closet, a huge bionicle figure they'd built as kids can be seen slowly turning its head right before the clip ends. They raced upstairs to check, and sure enough, the figure was still there. Same pose, same position. The neck joint is stiff, not loose, so it shouldn't have been able to move at all. The family says they've never felt in danger, but ever since that night, none of them go near the closet alone. Kyle Anthony was home alone while his fiancée was out with her sister. At one point, he heard laughter coming from the basement, but it only started the moment he opened the door. The sound was unmistakably like a child laughing, which made him uneasy since he has no kids. He quickly shut the door, still shaken by the strange noise.
Alright, I am home alone, and I am hearing a little kid laughing in the basement, and I do not have children. This is freaking me out. Yeah, you do hear it too? Go. Move. I'll try to go down there. Oh God, let's see if we hear it. Goodness gracious. Shit. Do you hear that? Oh my God, that's freaky. I don't have children. And I'm home alone. My fiance just went with her sister to the mall. I don't hear it anymore now. Goodness gracious.
In the footage, as Kyle opens the basement door, the laughter begins suddenly and echoes through the house. Later, he opens the door again, but this time nothing happens. The silence makes the moment even more eerie as he stands there, unsure of what to believe. Left unsettled, Kyle is now trying to figure out what's going on in the basement, so feel free to leave him some form of suggestion for his future in the comments. To call the Midwest ghost hunter a regular on this channel would be a severe understatement, because he appears in at least 98% of my videos. This is because he never fails to provide long compilations of ghostly footage from places he visits, and they seem to get more frightening every single time. In today's video, he was in a haunted theater by himself, and he wanted to gather evidence that this place was as bad as it seemed. This is what he caught.
All right, well, Reverend Henry Doty Maxson, here is his office. Let's see if anything happens. Reverend? Are you in here? Are you okay with me visiting? Your office here? That's his old chalkboard right there. And that is his handwriting. They've kept that preserved. That must have been from his last lecture before dying. Father, if you are indeed in here, could you tap on your chalkboard? Make a tapping sound like you're writing on it. I would be amazed if you did that. What the? That sounded like paper being moved. It was on this desk. Like, whoa, you see that? Dude, look at that. That has to be it. Look at that, it's literally hanging off of the table. Look at all the other ones, they're like straight, and then that one is just completely. Henry, did you just move this piece of paper? I wonder what's on this paper anyway. It's more of his writing. Reverend, if you're sitting at your desk right now, could you move something once more? Use whatever energy you need. You can use it for my camera, my voice recorder, whatever you need. All I wish to do is learn from you. Learn about the afterlife. Whoa, I'm feeling like coldness over here. It's like emanating from this desk. I'm gonna get a reading with this.
Strangely, the Reverend decided to move a piece of paper to the edge, despite it being its own preserved piece of writing. This was likely to scare Ian, the ghost hunter, but if that was the goal, then it was a big fail because he was not going to give up on this investigation. So subscribe for more clips inside of this theater in future videos. Kamran was a recurring victim of paranormal activity, and it was quite peculiar how consistent the ghost that haunted him actually was. Every single night without fail, it would cause strange things to happen within Kamran's one-bedroom apartment around 3 a.m., and it was no different when Kamran decided to catch it on camera. He set an alarm for 3 in the morning, praying that it would wake him up, and thankfully, I did because he was able to catch this on camera.
Sale con tu madre. Con tu madre.
First of all, the door slowly creaked open, as if there was somebody behind it. The suspense was generated from the fact that it was opening extraordinarily slowly, almost as if it was going to reveal something behind it. Surprisingly, it didn't, and Cameron was quick to get to his feet and investigate the doorway. This is when his shower turned on without any human interaction, and he was forced to manually power it back off. Cameron went back to his bed after this act, proud of himself for gathering some evidence to show to those that would refuse to believe his story. However, he was not able to doze off and was soon woken up again. He rolled out of bed for a second time and took his camera to the bathroom, which is where he found this.
Mierda.
The shower had activated itself again, and Cameron was not going to waste his time turning it off again. He felt a wave of bad energy overcome him whilst he was inside of the bathroom, and knew that he needed to make his way out of the house for a rest from the hauntings. He walked out, got inside of his car, and drove off to his grandma's. He would not return for 2 days, and magically, since this short departure, he has not been haunted since. A very strange switch in events. In the following video, Jesus Angel Garcia had been enjoying his Tuesday evening when he was woken up by some mysterious and unidentifiable sounds coming from his kitchen. Reluctantly, but knowing that he had to, he got himself out of bed, picked up a sharp object, and went downstairs to tackle whatever stood in his way. But it was by no means what he would have expected. In his mind, he thought that it was either a burglar, a squatter, or some form of animal that needed to leave. Little did he know that the thing down there was not even visible to the human eye. Have a watch. He kept hearing sounds around him, and that paired alongside the fact there was a cold feeling inside the house told him that there was a presence there. Jesus walked around carefully, listening for any sign of where the supposed spirit was causing mayhem, and throughout the clip, we saw a few objects make movements. Jesus has begun the process of finding and contacting a ghost hunter to sort this situation out for him, and all that we can do is wish him the best of luck from afar. If you were to find out your house was haunted right this second, what would you do? The chances are you would contact somebody who is an expert on the matter through social media, such as a ghost hunter. Well, that is what I would do anyway. However, the man who filmed the next video did something completely different, and it made things far worse for him. Instead of reaching out to a professional, he decided to send a Snapchat message to the lads' group chat and invite them down to come and quote-unquote sort out the spirit. Only one of them ended up having the bravery and courage to come with him, and he went as far as bringing a gun in case something terrible happened. This is how it went.
Somos investigadores de lo paranormal, capítulo 2.
Así es.
Volvemos a entrar a la casa embrujada.
Así es.
Vamos.
Vamos. ¿Quién va primero, tú o yo?
No sé, espera, con cuidado. Veremos si otra vez aparece ese fantasma en el baño.
Veamos.
¿Ya?
Ya.
Veremos. Con cuidado.
Bueno. ¿Escuchaste?
Sí.
Dale, muerto eso.
A ver, acá.
Mira bien, ¿qué es eso?
¿No? Se está moviendo solo.
Así es.
Vamos.
Vamos.
Ya. Vamos. Vamos, vamos. Fantasma, ¿estás ahí? Mira.
Ay.
¿Hay alguien aquí?
¿Hay alguien aquí?
Tranquilo, tranquilo.
¿Hay alguien aquí?
¿Hay alguien aquí?
¿Hay alguien aquí?
Responde. No se acerque tanto.
Ahí.
Si estás aquí, manifiéstate.
Así es.
¡Ah! Cuidado, cuidado, cuidado.
Tranquilo, no, aléjate.
Aléjate, aléjate, aléjate.
Ven, está bien, ven. Está bien, está bien. Tranquilo, tranquilo, cuidado.
Esta vez no te tengo miedo.
A ver, jefe.
Fuimos testigos de un evento paranormal
Sí es.
en esta casa embrujada. Aparece.
A ver, ese.
¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás? Ya mejor.
Escuché un ruido.
Yo creo que es hora de irnos. Parece que se molestó con nuestra presencia.
A ver, nos venimos para allá.
Es increíble.
A ver, ven, jefe.
Se molestó con nuestra presencia. Es hora de irnos mejor.
Bueno,
¡Nos vamos!
así es, nos vamos. Ese robo, cuidado, aquí está empujado.
Sí. Es hora de irnos.
Así es.
Bueno, ha finalizado el capítulo y nuevamente se manifestó el fantasma. Esto fue
Investigadores paranormales.
capítulo 2.
After some searching that took quite a lot of time, the duo managed to find themselves a monkey sitting on top of some sort of canister. This looked intimidating for obvious reasons, but with a gun in hand, nothing was enough to frighten the friend that came along. Well, most things anyway. Once the monkey fell to the ground, both men were in shock and were tempted to leave the house, but were fortunately able to pull through. Ever since this incident, the paranormal activity in the house has doubled, and the owner has seriously considered reaching out to a ghost hunter, despite them being on the expensive side of solutions. In a suburban area in the outskirts of the capital of Chile lies a house that has not been occupied for years. All of the locals know exactly why this place hasn't hosted any residents for such a long period of time, but nobody else really knows. You're going to be one of the lucky ones with that information. A distant time ago, a family of 3 were killed by a gang due to their relative being tied up in that sort of stuff. Ever since then, it has been said that the house is very haunted, and there are many clips that prove this statement, with the one that I am about to expose you to being a primary example. All sorts of paranormal stuff happened within this short time span, and to call it a wave of paranormal activity would be an understatement. It was a tsunami. From self-moving doors to items falling off from counters, this house had everything, and anyone who doubts its status as one of the most haunted locations that Chile has to offer must be silly after seeing this. Where mass killings happen, mass hauntings follow. The following video occurred in a hotel in Spain, and a friend group had been planning this trip for a long period of time. For the past few months, the lads group chat had been popping with ideas for a lads holiday to this beautiful country, and none of them actually believed that it would become a reality. A few job applications later though, and they finally set the trip in stone. The clip that you are about to see took place inside of an elevator, and a few of the lads were on their way to the bar, hence why they needed to go to the ground floor. Little did they know that this would happen.
Alright, so it's been doing this for a minute, and there's nothing out there. Are we too heavy? You're too heavy. Ah, yeah, Sergio, ascensor. Man, you need to hit that gym. 1588 kilograms. What's going on? You wanna figure it out? Yeah. Alright, no, that did something, No. Dude, I don't know. What is going on? Are we too heavy? Is there someone there? What the?
Despite this being creepy, regardless of what caused the incident, there is room for discussion on what made this happen. The elevator could easily have just been malfunctioning and unable to move. The thing that made this incident particularly scary for the lads inside the elevator, though, was the fact that after reporting the incident to staff, they heard that this was a common incident and happened to everybody. But the people who came to repair it found nothing wrong. This incident frightened all 3 of the lads into going back to their rooms, but this would not stop them trying again a few days later, and once again, they found themselves in the elevator.
Yo, so this elevator is acting mad weird. We started a few floors up, and...
Did we
Strangely, the elevator stopped working midway through its journey, and I bet you can't guess what floor it happened on. The exact same floor where the previous incident took place. Terrifying stuff. It happens to be a fact that when this happened though, there were power outages all across Portugal and Spain, so this could have been a cause. Once again, there was a logical reason behind the incident, so the hotel staff couldn't really take any serious action. All three of the lads knew that something was up with this elevator though, as it gave each of them the same sinking feeling whenever they went inside of it. There is a question commonly asked among humanity though. Why do women live longer than men do? Well, the answer is simple. Men go back into elevators that have only caused them harm. Yep, they went back the next day regardless of everything. Have a look.
There you go, I got you. Oh. Oh, he's cooking something.
What are you doing?
Yep. Yep.
I gotta pee.
Oh, you gotta pee.
It's making my bladder.
It's making his bladder.
I gotta pee.
You gotta pee.
I feel like a rapper. Go. I gotta pee.
Oh, yeah.
I'm holding my bladder.
Yep.
I gotta pee. I don't know what else is going on. I gotta pee. It's making me mad. God, like so. I gotta pee. I'm angry like Bowser.
Guys, this is probably the worst thing anyone's ever done.
This time, the exact same thing happened, and the elevator began to malfunction. This time, though, they had some fun with it, dancing and singing to keep the morale high. This mystery will always be a strange one that I doubt will ever be backed up with answers, but all three people involved are certain that this was the act of a poltergeist, and I must say, I do agree with them. Gee. The following video took place in the house of Marcus at 2 a.m., and this house was brand new. Marcus started a business roughly 1 year ago, and he was finally starting to reach a level of success that earned more than the average person at his young age of 22. With this money, he decided to move into his first house alone, but little did he know what was going to come with this. He knew that it came with a lot of responsibilities regarding the upkeep of the property, but not many people have to experience the extra task that he does. This was the first weird thing that ever happened in the property, and it was not reported as haunted before he had bought it. Marcus was very confused as to how the floorboards were able to tear themselves out of the ground, and it was almost as if somebody or something was living underneath them. Upon further inspection, though, the underneath of them was empty. Marcus is in context with many experts in the paranormal field, strongly believing that it is related to that, but is yet to find a logical answer. Although it is a very rare feature to have within a household, some televisions actually come with built-in dash cams to record action happening within the place. The main use of these cameras is so that if thieves come into the property and decide to rob the TV, which is a high-value item, they are caught on camera and potentially trackable when they reach their end destination with the item. This is exactly why Luther McGill, the man in the next clip, decided he wanted one of these television cameras, but he had no idea what it would actually be used for, and it had zero correlation to actual crime.
Due dates, none. Late fees, non-existent. I have access to every single game I could possibly imagine. Go to Gamefly.com now. Click the joystick in the top right corner. Enter Soldier in the box and get started with a free extended trial. And remember, you can cancel at any time. Product shown rated E through F. Gamefly also offers gift certificates for the gamer in your life. Save up to 20%. I love gaming. Prolonged true. Save with progressive. Yes. You're so kind. Thank you. So I'll be out there sharing my savings with the people I meet. Look at this and sound great. Saving it forward. Now that's progressive. It's what they sell velocity gets sent on great TV. Wish you won't believe large line classics on the chart. My God. Indeed, firm. It's refurbished. It's what you like. You purchase guys. It's a trick up. It's what's on everything. I like to bring you surprises. Don't miss the 12 days of Velocity. 12 days of your favorite Velocity shows. Starting December 22nd.
Whilst he was doing something as simple as watching his TV and trying to remember his friend's number, a cold and chilling feeling coated the room as if something else had entered it. Shortly after this feeling surrounded Luther, the cupboard behind him opened and launched out a bag of food without any physical force acting upon it. All I'm saying is that if this was a natural force, it would have needed to come from inside the cupboard, and it didn't seem like anything was in there. Definitely the act of a poltergeist. Lucas and Marissa were well aware that their house was haunted, even going back to when they bought it, and they followed through with the purchase because a ghost being present was worth the huge price drop. The actual market value of the house was $200,000, but they were able to get it for half of that, making it a bargain. At first, Marissa was adamant that she didn't want to move into this place, despite the good price, but Lucas was able to slowly convince her otherwise, until eventually, the house was under their name. Weeks went by without anything out of the ordinary happening, but then it started. Everyday items would move, sounds would echo, and mysterious things would happen around the house, and it was obvious that nothing was natural. Take this as an example.
What the
Strangely, the fork on the plate started moving, and it was very obvious that nothing visible was interacting with it. Lucas didn't show much fear here because of how used to hauntings he had become over the recent time period, but that doesn't mean this didn't affect him whatsoever. He has been negotiating with ghost hunters to come and banish the spirit from the house, in hopes to drive the price of it back up again. If the couple manage to get rid of the poltergeist haunting it, then they can get a good profit from the property, and all the pain would be worth it. Balloons are supposed to fly as high as they can, and that is their primary function, but when they start changing direction and moving uncontrollably, without any presence of wind, is when things begin to get strange. In the following video, Michael was fast asleep late at night, but a certain spirit had other ideas related to something other than sleep. It started making weird noises that woke Michael up and forced him to come downstairs and investigate. He assumed that either somebody had broken into the house or there was a squatter, and none of those options were as frightening as what he actually had to face.
Okay, so I woke up hearing these weird noises this morning. And look, what the hell is going on? The windows are closed. This is freaking me the hell out. Nothing else is moving. Look at this. Why is this moving? Holy crap. Nobody's touching this thing. It's just creeping me the hell out. Why is this moving?
The balloons were there because Michael and his wife invited her whole family around for tea after her aging father survived a disease of which it looked like would end his life. The party was incredible, and everyone had the time of their life. But when the guests cleared and his wife went to stay with her father, Michael instantly felt weird about things. It was almost like he predicted it. Somehow the balloons were acting against physics and should not have been doing what they were, and he had no clue what to do about it, so did nothing, and he or his relatives have never come across something of the sort since. In 2002, the mother of Mabel lost her father to old age, and at the time, it hit her really deep. Her father meant the absolute world to her, and to be forced into a life without him felt cruel and unfair. Of course it wasn't, and people unfortunately come and go, but eventually, she was able to move on with life. Fast forward 20 or so years, and she is now a mother of a child called Mabel, and her husband is just as good a father to their child as the father to her. However, her father wasn't as gone as either of them might have initially thought.
Okay, who is it?
Daddy. Daddy's right there.
Is it your daddy?
No, it's your daddy.
Is where?
Daddy's right there.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, show me.
See?
Oh.
Your daddy's missing you.
My daddy's missing me? Okay.
Let's go get him.
Let's go get him. Where'd he go?
In him.
Okay, show me.
Innocent as ever, Mabel guides her mother down the hallway and explains that her father is there, to which nobody can be seen on the other end. The weirdest part of all of this isn't even the claims of the child, though. It's the fact that the 2-year-old has never met her grandfather, so she should have no idea what his appearance is. This means that the only way Mabel could know this information is the father telling her, which made this story very, very believable for her mother, to the extent she wanted to find more evidence. This is when she decided to expose her daughter to an image of her grandfather to see if the face was truly recognized, and this was the result.
Yes?
Yes, it looks like that. Daddy. Daddy. Daddy.
Yeah? And Mabel, what does your ghost do?
No.
What did you say he gave you?
Heart.
A heart?
Daddy. Daddy.
Uh-huh.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Just see me.
What sees you? The ghost? What are you talking about?
My mom.
Oh! The dryer scared me, and you already freaked me out.
Unsurprisingly, the daughter knew exactly who it was, but referred to them as Daddy instead of Granddad, which is the only piece of information that non-believers jump onto in this case. The truth is that the incident is way too coincidental to have been fake, leading me to believe that she truly saw the spirit of her mother's dad. The dinner table is supposed to be a place of joy and peace, but in the house of the Adams, it has recently become the opposite. Every night whilst they eat as a family, they notice all sorts of weird things happening, and the man of the house decided to place a monitor there to track movement. Most of the time that something happened, the monitor went off, so it was pretty obvious that something was there. The true power of that something was unknown though. Take a look. The cat balls started flashing as if something had moved them, and there was more than enough evidence towards this being legitimate. He went as far as recording the balls again in a regular situation to showcase how they worked, and despite tapping the table rather aggressively, they were not triggered, so the ghost must have been close to them. Unfortunately, why? This was the only piece of evidence that the family had towards the ghost, and needed one more to get a hunter to eradicate the spirit. This is when the man tried to aggravate it to get it to do something.
You touching her foot and freaking the dog out. Please stop it. Oh no, stop it. I'm telling you, no please anymore. We said please. Now it's stop it. Show yourself. Show yourself in this mirror. I heard that they can see you in this mirror. If I film in this mirror, you get all that crap you're doing, that noise you're making, you have your chance right now to make some noise, unless you're gonna be a little... Whatever happened to you when you were alive and somebody killed you or whatever, that's not my fault. It's not her fault. Leave us alone, please. Leave us alone. Show yourself. This is hard to do. It has to be done. I have to do this. You're not welcome here. This is our apartment. Leave us the alone. You. I just feel something. Oh, it feels like static. I can feel you behind me, so I'm glad you're hearing this. I got goosebumps. Oh my God. Leave us alone. Show yourself in this mirror. Right now. Don't be a bitch. Don't be a punk. Do something. Do something to let us know you're there. Don't just wait for us to let our guard down at 3 in the morning. If you're going to do something, do it now. Do it now. Whatever you're going to do. Don't wait until 3 in the morning to do it. Do it now while I'm alert, while I can fight back. Don't be a little bitch like you've been being. This is our apartment. I feel somebody behind me. This is our apartment, not yours. I don't care what happened to you here or on this land. Leave us alone. Show yourself in this mirror. I dare you. Show yourself. Reveal yourself. Don't be a little... Sorry for the language. But don't be a little... Show yourself. Show yourself now. Don't be a coward. And leave us alone at night. Leave us alone. This is the only chance I'm giving you to do something. If you want to do something to me, do it now. And don't do anything to her, ever. If you want to do something, do it now. You do not have you do not have permission to possess me, though, or oppress me, whatever you want to call it. You have no permission to do that. Show yourself. Show yourself. Don't be a... Don't be a... Which is what you've been... Little coward. Show yourself in this mirror right now. She's in the shower right now. When she comes out, leave her alone. I can't even talk. You're taking everything out of me right now. I can feel it. You're draining me. She's in the shower now. When she comes out, leave her alone. Leave her alone now. Leave her alone when she's sleeping. Leave me alone. After this, leave me the alone. I'm gonna have a heart attack. My heart is killing me. It's pounding out of my chest. Show yourself. Don't be a coward. Do something. Do something. Don't be a coward. Literally, my heart is pounding out of my chest. I can feel them in here. Fucking shaking. Don't be a coward. Do it. Show yourself. Do something. Oh my God.
As expected, it retaliated like a human would. The man chose a smart method in insulting the spirit here, so like and subscribe to pay your respects. In the following video, a man was sitting in his room watching television when he got an unexplainable urge to take out his mobile phone and start recording. This urge came out of absolutely nowhere, and it was almost as if someone or something had told him to do it. But that thing was not in the room with him, so what could it have been? He recorded for a few moments with nothing at all happening, and he was debating ending it there and then, but suddenly, the fact he listened to the urge paid off with this.
This summer, between honor and dishonor, between family and enemies, between July and August, a line will be drawn and then colored in yellow. Run! Run! Jump! Jump! Run! Run! I know we've had a rough day, but sure we can put all that behind us. On July 27th, a secret will be revealed. Look at that. You can see the 4 states that border Springfield. Smile, Nevada, Maine, and Kentucky. Oh, yeah. The empire will be realized. There's 2 buttons behind this disc. One will supply your town with power. The other releases now. Just look into your heart. You will find the answer. And the family will fall.
A paranormal surge happened within the room, and it must have been the ghost that unsettled the man and caused him to want to film. It did all sorts of unnerving things, and was able to be caught in the act, which really makes me wonder why it did all of this knowing that a recording was underway. Whatever its true motives were, it was frightening, and I hope the man never suffers from anything of this sort again. Mason was home alone on a Tuesday night when he decided that it was time to go to sleep. Whenever his girlfriend wasn't home with him, he usually made the most of having the property all to himself, and this time binge-watched all of the Avengers movies for a second time, and it was around 1 o'clock in the morning when Endgame came to a close. Tired yet satisfied, Mason went to his bedroom and jumped straight into his bed. But this is when he heard some noises coming from the kitchen downstairs. Curious, he took his camera to go and see what on earth was going on, and you'd be surprised to see what was found.
I don't see nothing. What? No way.
This is weird. What the is going home? What is that sound? What are you doing, kitty? It's closing back. My camera's going in and out of focus. What the? This is weird.
Strangely, the kitchen cabinets continued to open and close in a strange fashion, and it was almost as if a force was being applied onto it. However, we are able to see the majority of the interior and the entire exterior of this cabinet, with no sign of a visible force being applied to it. This meant that whatever caused this was invisible, and you guessed it, spirits can't be detected. Mason drew the same conclusion that I just did, and was under the full understanding that he was dealing with something from the non-physical realm. Choosing to face it with pride rather than run away like a coward, though, Mason went to investigate closer to where the ghost was performing its acts, and this happened.
It's like they're freaking walking around in my kitchen, whatever it is. Oh my god. What the? Can you tell me who you are? Can you tell me why you're here? Wow. This is crazy. I don't even want to walk over there. I don't know about this. I don't know about this at all. Look, did y'all see that? What the f?
Another paranormal instance happened whilst Mason was checking, and it was so obvious that this poltergeist had the sole intent of frightening the poor man. I hope Mason is able to get rid of the ghost and live his life freely, and not in a constant panic, but I have no idea if this happened due to a lack of updates. When a spirit decides to haunt someone above the age of 18, we are far less inclined to feel terrible about it than when it happens to somebody who is a child. Children becoming victim to paranormal activity is something that no one can support because they are way too young to be exposed to things that can generate such fear and fright. In the clip that I am going to expose you to shortly, Jake was alone in the kitchen when suddenly he saw the tap start running by itself. He instinctively started filming the incident in case anything else happened, and this is what his camera was able to detect. Have a look.
What the? Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Oh my god! Oh my god!
All over the kitchen, things started to happen, and this is what experts refer to as a paranormal surge. A paranormal surge is when more than 3 spiritual events occur within a 5-minute time frame, and it would likely be an understatement for what we have just seen. After this event, Jake sent the video to his friends, his parents, and posted it to his social media accounts, but the only people who actually took his word for it were some random ones through social media. Due to nobody else believing him, Jake was forced to suffer silently and tell everyone that it was a funny prank, so they didn't think he was weird. Considering he was only 13 years of age too, this becomes far worse knowledge to have. A father was gaming solo with his youngest child in the room. To set the scene, he was playing a story mode game that required intense amounts of concentration in order to be successful, whilst the daughter was playing with their dog. All of a sudden, the daughter started claiming that the freezer door was opening itself, but confused, her father refused to give this claim any attention. After the daughter continued to push the fact the freezer door was moving alone to him, though he decided that the least he could do was have a look, so he did, and this was what he found.
My ball.
He's not catching ball with you?
Yeah.
You need somebody to play ball?
Baba.
Just like his daughter was saying, the freezer door was genuinely opening and closing itself, which was ridiculously creepy. After witnessing this with his own eyes and remembering that the console had a 24/7 camera attached to it, he sent the footage to several ghost hunters, hoping that they would come and help for a small price. Unfortunately, they were unable to because, quote, the clip was too easy to fake. Ghost hunters like this need to be stopped, because who knows how much trouble these families could get into with the spirits still on their back, and I hope another hunter helps them soon. In the following video, Henry Alvarado was doing his usual daily routine, which involved recording a YouTube video for his channel. He aspired to become a big YouTuber one day, and this time was filming a tutorial on how to get rid of bacteria in a pan. At first, things were running seamlessly until he made a mistake and was forced to restart the entire video, which slightly annoyed him to say the last. At least it gave him a joke opportunity though. However, little did he know that his next take would be messed up too, but for a completely different reason.
The first thing I'm going to do to ensure the best quality hangover and to kill any nasty little bugs that are in the wine. Well, you can all stop asking me to upload a video now. What was it? What was this? Airlock. Hang on. You're on a tripod, so. What was this? Airlock. What was it? This one. Is that it? Do something else now, will ya?
Out of seemingly nowhere, an item launched itself at the head of Henri, and this was deeply disturbing to witness. Usually spirits enter places with the sole intention of scaring their victims, but this one went the extra mile and physically attacked them. Fortunately, the item was nothing too harmful, or else Henry could have been seriously injured by such an event, so he was an extremely fortunate man. He is in the process of contacting a priest about the incident to hopefully get some free assistance moving forwards. On May the 9th of 2025, a co-worker of a user named Lucrine sent them a clip from the security cameras and gave permission for them to post it online. In the clip, we are exposed to a dark and eerie setting that looks desolate of human life. The focus, however, is surprisingly the gate at the back, which had been stiff for years. Every day, the staff there struggled to open the gate, and it was one of the most annoying parts of the facility. But in this video, whatever moved, it made it look quite simple. Take a look. It is clear that nothing or no one interacted with the gate to make this happen, but one aspect that I would like to zoom in on is the cat. Moments before the gate actually moved, the cat went closer to it, almost as if it had seen somebody there. We all know that these creatures are known for their potential to see spirits, so perhaps this is why it started to analyze the gates before it happened, which acts as some potential evidence that this was in fact a ghost. In order to gain even more evidence, just to be sure, the co-worker decided to analyze every single camera in the building to check that nothing had entered or left. As expected, nothing did, meaning that whatever caused this was an external factor. With all of this evidence combined, I am more than certain this was a spirit. In today's video on Haunter, we have already seen literal children come victim to a ghost. But what if I told you that this next clip also showcased this? This time the child was extremely young and in toddler territory, making it ever more upsetting too. The mother had to do the laundry, so decided to leave her daughter in the play yard whilst she did it. She expected nothing bad to happen because there were no physical hazards inside of the room, at least she thought. For 2 minutes, absolutely nothing happened in the absence of the mother, but it did not take long for whatever was in there with the daughter to pounce. Not only did some form of entity start playing with her daughter, but it also showed itself to her. She started blowing kisses in the direction of where the bottle launched from, and when her mother asked what she had seen, 4 words came out. "I saw fun man." This freaked her out to the extreme, and she went as far as calling a drawing therapist to come and see visually what the girl had seen. The art came out like a clown, which made things even worse for the mother. However, people didn't believe her, so she needed to gather proof. For around a day, she thought of ideas that could potentially lead to a video that could convert non-believers into believers, and eventually, one came into her mind. What if she showcased where all of the events happened in order to prove that there was no natural way in which it could happen? Here is her recording.
Okay, so this is my daughter's playpen that she was in when the bottle thing happened. So she was standing right here. The stem would have fallen about here. And as you can see, like directly in front of that on the other side is the toy bin where the bottle had landed. It landed about here. There's nothing around that the bottles could have come from, especially because like they landed straight down. So there's a little dresser. And then over there, and there is where the dressing room is, which is where the bottles were. Where I put everything before I went downstairs to take everything out. So really no explanation. There's the monitor that caught it.
This made it pretty clear that a ghost had caused this event, and a ghost hunter is currently arranging days with the mother. Chris was spending a quiet evening at home when something immediately threw the vibe off. He was upstairs, just relaxing like normal, when he heard this sudden bang from downstairs, loud enough to jolt him out of his seat. Now, Chris isn't the type to jump to conclusions, but this sound wasn't like anything falling or shifting. It had weight behind it. Curiosity got the best of him, so he decided to grab his phone and check it out. As he headed down the stairs, he kept recording, just in case. That's when things took a very weird turn. On the wall in the hallway was this decorative Santa face, the kind you see hanging during the holidays. As Chris panned the camera, the Santa moved, not once but twice. It wasn't just swinging from a breeze or sliding down a nail. It tilted, paused, and shifted again. You can clearly see there's no one near it, and no windows are open. Chris was understandably shaken, and that Santa didn't stick around much longer. The day after, he burned it in the fireplace. I can't say I blame him, festive or not, that thing had to go. Leandro had known for weeks that something in his house wasn't right, but he kept it to himself, because every time he even hinted at it, people looked at him like he was insane. He wasn't about to be labeled the psycho friend, so he stayed quiet, but the longer he waited, the worse it got, and eventually, he decided enough was enough. He pulled out his phone and started recording, hoping to finally catch something on camera that could prove he wasn't just losing it.
Mais dia normal. Tem espírito preso na casa. Será que está tentando me dizer algo?
Tô ouvindo barulho aqui agora. De novo, gente, já tô cansado disso já.
Acredite se quiser.
Olha isso. Olha aqui. Olha isso, gente. Olha aqui na cozinha. Meu Deus do céu, o que é isso, velho? Olha isso. Que isso, cara? Olha isso aqui. O ventilador ligou sozinho. Olha isso. Fechador ligou, desligou. Olha isso.
In the footage, it all happens at once. His kitchen appliances started dropping all over the place. Then his standing fan moved on its own accord. And finally, a folded cloth on the counter just dropped without being touched. The room feels like it's under siege, and Leandro barely manages to hold the camera steady through it all. There's no one else there, no wires or strings, and no explanation that makes any sort of sense. It's the kind of clip you have to watch twice just to believe, and this was only the beginning, because a few days later, even more evidence was discovered. A few days after the chaos in the kitchen, Leandro decided to finally reach out to a ghost hunter. The issue was, the investigator wouldn't commit to a visit unless there was more footage to go on. So Leandro and his wife came up with a plan. They had both noticed something off about this old porcelain doll they kept in the living room. Every time they left it facing forward, it somehow ended up facing the wall. They decided to test it properly. With the camera rolling, Leandro's wife carefully turned the doll toward the lens, making sure it was clearly visible and properly positioned.
Eu comprei uma boneca de guardar sacola, mas ela não gosta que ninguém olhe para ela.
Pera, deixa eu pegar um.
Não vou ficar aqui sozinho, não. Caralho, tá caindo tudo aqui.
Deixa eu pegar aqui a vassoura pra eu ver. Parece, né?
Minha mãe foi pegar uma vassoura, dois corajosos.
Do nada aqui, sozinho em casa. E eu levei um susto, achei que eu que tava vendo coisa. A mãe foi lá pegar a vassoura pra mexer nele. Vira ela pra frente. Eu vou jogar esse troço fora, eu vou queimar. Cuidado, vira ela pra frente. Ui.
Tá no bichinho.
Ela vira de costa toda vez que arrumava ela pra frente.
Não, vira ela pra frente. Aí. Aí.
O que você pôs nela?
Como assim?
Eu tô voando.
Sei lá. O trem começou a se mexer do nada. Olha lá.
Eu tô voando aqui.
Olha lá a mão dela. Ui. Joga fora.
Para, amigo, pelo amor de Deus.
Oi. Eita, pega.
As the seconds ticked by, it slowly but clearly shifted back around to face the wall again. No human interference, no obvious triggers, just a slow and chilling movement that looked almost deliberate. This was enough to get the ghost hunter's attention. He showed up that same weekend and spent hours combing through the house. According to him, there was definitely a presence in the home, something that had become attached to a particular object, likely the doll. After a short ritual and a cleansing, the disturbances began to fade, and for now, the house has gone quiet. Victor and his friend were spending the evening at Victor's place when something strange caught their attention. They were just hanging out in the living room, not really expecting anything out of the ordinary, when Victor noticed something odd. His rug kept ending up in a slightly different position every time he looked at it. It wasn't drastic, just enough to be unsettling. After a while, curiosity got the better of him and he decided to start recording, hoping he might catch whatever was going on in action.
The biology class, yes, sure. Что такая красивая, да?
Я вспомнил после, что нашла.
Ну, она такая красивая, жизнь такая толстая. Ну вот, в принципе, толстая.
Жесть.
Снял? Да. Охуенно. Вообще цепно жить, ребят. Прям чувствую, сука, хочется. Бывает такое. Сходилось, может быть, да.
Sure enough, as the camera rolls, the rug slowly drags itself a few inches across the floor without a single foot touching it. There's no breeze, no pets, and no strings. It just moves. The room is silent, but the tension in the clip is heavy. After this, Victor's friend refused to sleep on the same floor and insisted on staying upstairs for the rest of the visit. Victor ends up contacting a local medium who believes the house has residual energy attached to something beneath the floorboards. Whether they dig it up or not, we'll have to wait and see. Lorita, a mother of 3, was home with her children when she suddenly noticed signs that someone had broken into the house. Panicked, she grabbed 2 of her kids and ran outside, only to realize moments later that their youngest was still inside. Without hesitation, Lorita rushed back in, but as she tried to find her 3rd child, things took a terrifying turn. It wasn't a man in the house after all, but something else.
Come over here. Shit. Oh, what happened?
Dude, run. There's a guy inside.
Okay. Run.
Hey, where's your sister?
She's in her room sleeping.
She's inside?
Yeah.
Dude, look. There's a shadow right there.
What the heck?
Told you there's somebody in here.
Amber, baby, come here.
Amber. Dude.
No.
What's that?
The door just closed over there.
Amber. Baby, come here. Are you in here?
Oh,
Dude. They pulled the door back.
oh my god.
What is that?
Oh,
Someone's at the front door. What do I do?
let's go to the front door, Milos.
Dude, nobody's there. No one's at the front door.
Who rang the doorbell then?
It's knocking, but there's nobody there. Dude.
There's no one there.
Should I open it?
No.
The noise is coming back. It's getting louder and louder.
Oh my. Now it's the doorbell again?
What is going on here?
The front door kept ringing as if someone was aggressively spamming the doorbell, and no matter how hard Lorita tried, the door to her youngest child's room wouldn't open. It felt like an invisible force was blocking their way, keeping them trapped from reaching the child. The fear was overwhelming. Since that night, Lorita and her family have been desperately trying to find a new place to live, hoping to escape whatever spirit has made their home its own. They're planning to move as soon as they can, because no one should have to live with something so relentless and frightening inside their own walls. A ghost hunter was offered $500 to investigate a house suspected of being haunted, and he decided to take the job. For a long time, nothing unusual happened, and he started to question whether the whole thing was just a waste of time. He debated leaving more than once, but chose to stay and keep looking for answers. Suddenly, the door in one of the rooms began rattling violently, as if something was trying to get out or in. The hunter carefully searched behind the door, but found nothing at all. No hidden compartments, no tricks, just empty space. Despite the lack of physical evidence, the eerie rattling convinced him that there was definitely some kind of presence in the house. After spending a few more hours investigating and sensing the energy shift, he concluded that the place was haunted and recommended the owners consider a spiritual cleansing. They agreed and planned to bring in specialists to help rid the house of the restless spirit. Ian, a well-known ghost hunter who has appeared on this channel before, was exploring a notoriously haunted asylum all by himself. As he moved through the dim hallways, he suddenly noticed a broom leaning against the wall start to move on its own. Instinctively, he turned the camera to capture the strange activity.
Is there someone up here? Making noises? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm starting to think it could be a false alarm. Maybe not. That definitely sounded like it was in here. In here. And you know what? If you look out there. The wind has stopped. So that totally rules that out. Which is scary because those sounds were so loud. I nearly pissed myself. Luckily I wasn't recording. That would have been embarrassing. Oh God. Who's down there? You know, I can't help but think about that spirit box session that was on this floor. That right there. Or not that one. Right there. That's John Oliver's room. I'm just thinking about what he said. Because I have a bad feeling right now. Whoever's down there, come on out. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Dude, something just ran across that hall. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh, come on, you just calm down. Oh, Jesus. I'm whimpering and screaming like a little freaking baby.
The broom slowly slides across the floor, and shortly after, a chilling voice clearly warns him to get out now. The atmosphere instantly thickens with tension, but despite the warning, Ian decides to stay a little longer, determined to uncover more evidence. What happens next is even more intense, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video where this story continues. The YouTube channel Mr. Snowman has just 22 subscribers, but it also has one special video that is very good for this channel. It took place in the channel owner's gaming room, and he was playing some form of fighting game. It was after a long day of working, and he enjoyed the time that he finally had to kick back and have some fun, but little did he know that a certain spirit had some other ideas of fun in mind.
Okay, I was sitting here playing New Vegas because Noah and his dad went out to clean their clothes, and I don't like clothes. And I was sitting here, and I started hearing all these noises. I think there's a fucking ghost in here. I'm not shitting you. It's scaring the hell out of me. So I'm gonna ask it some questions to see if it's here anywhere. Okay, here we go. Is there anyone here? Why are you here? Do you want to hurt me? Fuck. Shit. Okay, yeah, there's definitely something. That came from Noah's room. What the shit? You see that? What the Hey, why are you moving that paper? Why are you moving the newspaper? What the shit? Fuck. God damn it. Why are you in Noah's room? What's so special about in here? Fuck, I think it's in his room. What the shit? What the shit? God damn it!
All sorts of things happened within the house, and Mr. Snowman was actually quite lucky to have caught it all on video. He uploaded the content to his YouTube channel in search of advice regarding the situation, and many people believe that the spirit was negative based on what it was doing. Mr. Snowman is currently in the process of banishing the poltergeist from his household, and is in contact with several ghost hunters over the matter. However, this is a rather long process, and never happens instantly. Throughout this process, Mr. Snowman has encountered several more paranormal events confirming to him that the situation needed to be tended to, and he managed to get one of these extra events on camera. It was just as spooky as the last.
Okay, I'm back here at Noah's, where that demon thing was, and the first time I wasn't prepared. So this time I will be prepared, so I won't like freak out or cuss as much. So, okay, yeah, it's still here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, maybe it'll be over there again. What are you? Do you want to hurt me? What do you want to do to me? Oh shit. Okay. Shit. Okay. Probably. Oh shit. Okay. Oh my god. Shit. Fuck. Oh my god. What the f?
This time around, the paranormal surge followed a similar order of events, with Mr. Snowman actually asking for the ghost to show itself. It somehow listened and caused all sorts of chaos on camera, similar to the last clip. He used the footage to send to the ghost hunter as further evidence, which incentivized him to make his way to the house sooner. We can only hope that the ghost hunt is a success, and that these horrible hauntings do not continue in Mr. Snowman's house again. The following sequence of events came from a TikTok user by the name of Kyle Anthony, and over a prolonged period of time, he started to realize that some peculiar things were happening around him. It got to a point where he felt that he needed to take action, and ended up filming on several occasions in hopes that he would capture some incidents on camera. The main incidents were sounds coming from the attic above him, which made him believe that someone or something was taking the place up as its habitat, but he was not sure enough to contact some sort of animal control unit. This is one of the first videos that he was able to obtain.
Okay, I just heard a loud ass banging in the garage while I was pouring my coffee. What the fuck? Please do not be something weird. I cannot take this shit anymore.
First of all, Kyle heard a noise from the attic, as per usual, but unlike the other times, he heard the noise. He also saw physical movement. The rope that you tugged to enter the attic was swinging around in a way that a force would have to be applied to it to happen, but it was clear that nothing visible was acting upon it. This is the moment that Kyle overcame his fear of the attic and decided to enter it.
Alrighty, well, I thought I had the bright idea to shine a flashlight up in there since my phone light wouldn't reach very far, but I got up in there and realized there is a light bulb, so I'm gonna show you what I found, if I can make it up here. These are some rickety freaking steps. That is some kind of a box. And I'm too scared to go get it. Maybe after one more beer.
Deep inside the attic, Kyle saw a lone black box, and he was too frightened to go and retrieve it, because he had no idea where it had come from. However, after letting the thought linger over his head for quite some time, he eventually buckled up the courage to go and retrieve it. Little did he know that this seemingly normal object was far more unique and shocking than he could have ever expected, though. Before I show you the clip of his retrieval, though, did you know that you can submit your paranormal videos to be covered on my channel? All you have to do is email the clips, as well as the backstory behind them, to hauntedofficial@gmail.com, and if they are good enough to be covered, then I will do it. Anyway, back to the clips. Have a watch.
Alright, I'm up here, and light bulb blue. So that's great. Now let's go get the box. Oh, goodness. What do we got going on here? This is sturdy. Alright. Okay, it's a Christmas box. Oh, there's a handle. Is there another one? Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see what's in there. Oh, is that a fucking... There's some shit in there. Okay, dust here now. Okay, there had to be a freaking doll in here. Oh.
Retrieving this box could not have gone any worse for Chile, because there just had to be a dusty old doll inside of it, with empty space as eyes. There couldn't have been anything more spooky inside of the box, as dolls are the most prominent items to being haunted, and Kyle was completely aware of this frightening statistic. Furthermore, something very strange happened once he flipped the doll around. Somehow, a giggle echoed around the attic simultaneously with the flipping of the doll, and this creeped the man out for very obvious reasons, hence why he immediately placed the doll back into the box and left the attic. For the following few days, the rate of paranormal activity inside of his house only seemed to worsen, and it made it out as if the discovery of the doll was the reason behind it intensifying. Kyle was certain that this creepy item was behind everything, but he could not get any undeniable proof of it. The paranormal events kept coming, though.
Alright, for any of y'all who don't believe that this is real, then I'm just making it up. I'm about to prove it to you. Nothing up here. There's nothing up here. Told you.
Strangely, the attic door was slamming aggressively, and this made no sense, as he had removed the doll from the attic just a day prior to this incident. It is important to note that there was not a singular other person living in the house with Kyle, and the attic had no windows or form of powerful ventilation that would be able to make something of this sort happen. Considering the story so far, it was pretty obvious that this was a spirit, but Kyle wanted to be sure regardless and went up to investigate. He spun the camera all around the attic several times and even put flash mode on just to prove that nothing was there, and a spirit was in fact the cause of this, and it was no surprise that nothing else was up there. Now we have seen a ton of evidence pointing towards one clear solution for all of this. There was some sort of demon living inside of Kyle's attic, and he needed a professional to come and banish it in an appropriate manner. However, Kyle wanted to be safe rather than sorry, and wanted one more piece of evidence before taking any action. He was walking past his garage when the rope that opened the attic started to sway again, but this time, the follow-up to the situation differed a lot.
I think I heard it again. I think I just heard it. I think I heard it. I just got off my freaking live like 20 minutes ago. I think I might have heard it, y'all. Hang on. I don't know. Is that freaking string moving? I don't hear it, damn. I don't hear it. It's moving. Shit. That fucking string is moving. I swear to God, I heard it. Alright. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Let's just block that. Okay. If you weren't on my live the other night, I think I did that. I think I caused the light bulb situation. I think I caused like an electrical issue because I backed into the light bulb 2 freaking times and broke the light bulb, and I had to replace it. It happened twice, and I might have like knocked a wire loose, and that's probably why the light is blinking. It's got to be why. But I just fucking heard it.
The lights began to flicker aggressively, and Kyle came up with all sorts of reasons why this was not the spirit. He threw the doll into the trash and immediately paid extra for his trash cans to be collected by the garbage men within the next few hours. We can only pray that this got rid of the demons. A single mother was looking after her only child, and the backstory behind why she was single is actually quite sad. 8 months before the video that I am about to show you, the man of the house had passed away in a fatal car accident, and the thing was that it was not his fault. He was perfectly innocent, and nobody could name a soul that disliked him, so his death really was a dent in the community. Little did any of them know, though, that he would make an appearance shortly down the line, and his child would be the only one to notice it.
You ready to go, Grandma's? Come on. Let's go.
I want you. Dada! I'm just hugging me. Daddy hugging me.
Oh, wait.
What?
Okay. Ooh, come on, Clarence. Okay.
What, Daddy?
That's what I was just about to ask. What did you say, bud? Can you say bye to you?
Bye. I said bye, Daddy.
Oh, okay.
As his son walked out of the house with his mother, a supposed apparition was seen by the kid, and there was no reason why he would have faked it. The only evidence we have pointing towards this being real are the phrases "honey" and "I am" being heard besides the camera, and nobody on site said it, indicating that this was the father speaking to his family. I will defend this phenomenon as being a paranormal incident involving the kid's father, but if you beg to differ, then feel free to comment, and I will read them. Another thing you should feel free to do is email your haunted clips to the email on screen with a description of what happened to be included in future Haunter videos. Thank you. In the following video, a young teenager by the name of Miguel was staying at his auntie's house with his parents and cousin due to her passing away recently. They were sent to help empty and clear the house, which was a controversial decision in itself because they were very close with her. As a reward for coming down to help out, Miguel's cousin had been given a brand new cell phone that had been passed down from his auntie. Him and Miguel decided to test out the camera quality on this device by walking around, and it was here that they came across something terrifying.
Ooh.
A ver, yo creo que acá uno juega muchas cosas cuando compite, pero algo que uno nunca puede poner en la palestra a la hora de competir es la salud de uno, que la verdad que en un futuro jugarse la vida. Yo creo que hay que saber cuándo parar y la verdad doy gracias a Juanito. ¡Chucha!
Out of seemingly nowhere, the cupboard door flew open and it had a lot of significance to their auntie. It was her most used cupboard, and she stored things such as her slippers, toiletries, and more importantly, her memory box inside of it. With this information in hand, experts have deciphered that this spirit was the spirit of their auntie, reminding them that she was still present, despite that presence being spiritual. I doubt the house will sell for much with this information though, which is unfortunate. Hassan was in his bathroom doing a task as simple as brushing his teeth when he noticed that something was off about the place. He explained that a cold and disturbing feeling surrounded the air out of nowhere, and that it was almost as if something else had entered the bathroom with him. This triggered Hassan's natural instincts, and he knew that something was going to happen, so dropped his toothbrush and pulled out his phone, opening the camera app. Did anything actually happen? Well, you'll have to take a look and see.
Se escuchó un ruido aquí en esta parte de la cocina, pero... ¡Ah, caray! ¿Qué fue eso? No manches. ¿Se movió el vaso? ¿O es mi imaginación? Ay, pensé que era mi imaginación. Ah, caray, caray. Qué raro. Yo creo que mejor me voy. Lentes. ¿Qué es eso?
Strangely, the item below the sink started moving without any human interaction, and furthermore, it was beyond evident that there were no strings or anything of that sort attached. After the incident, Hassan stopped the recording and wondered what he should actually do about it. He came to the conclusion that putting the item in the trash would be the best way forward, and so he did it, never seeing the item again. And fortunately, his wishes followed. From this point forwards, Hassan's life was spirit-free. Paranormal activity becomes ever more upsetting when you realize that the majority of the time, the victims are completely and utterly undeserving of the torment. What makes it even worse is when the innocent victim is a child because they are way too young to be exposed and frightened to such an extent. The following video was filmed by an 11-year-old girl who noticed things moving downstairs. She decided to use her new phone to record what was happening and was frighteningly shouting at her mother to come and aid her due to being overwhelmed with fear. Clearly, the camera aggravated the spirit more though, because this happened.
Mamá, venga, se está moviendo la silla. Mamá. Mamá, venga. Mamá. Mamá.
First of all, the chair started rocking, but that was happening beforehand, meaning that it didn't have any correlation to the fact the girl was recording the incident. After recording though, the little car moved on its own accord, followed by a few other things which would have terrified me, let alone a child of such a young age. The video that I am about to expose you to is one of, if not the most mysterious clips on my entire channel. This is because no matter how deep I have attempted to dig, I have found absolutely no background information on it. All we know is that it was presumably captured by a YouTuber called Anonymous Serial because they uploaded it, and that it was posted on August the 19th of 2012. The description also reads, "This video was recorded from an Android phone, making it ever more vague and spooky." Have a look. After analyzing this video, seeking more details, it becomes evident that it was captured within a home, and the person filming is quite young as far as I can tell. Furthermore, the ghost was rather relaxed compared to other ones that we have seen, because all it was doing was opening and closing the fridge, which is nothing too severe whatsoever. I do still hope that whoever recorded this video, from wherever place is okay though, and that they approached this situation and handled it in the correct manner. Luis was not the type to go around exploring haunted facilities for fun, but roughly 1 month after his mother passed away, he decided that he was going to give it a shot. She was buried inside of an old graveyard that was said to be riddled with paranormal activity, and she decided that she wanted her deathbed to be there. This is because she used the logic that if it was a really paranormal place, then the chances were she would become a ghost too, and her family supported her decision despite not being in complete agreement. Anyway, fast forward back to Luis. He came to the decision that he was going to visit the graveyard and see if anything mother-related happened. He went in blind with equipment, and this is what happened.
Mande dijo. Dijo mande. Dijo mande. ¿Hombre o mujer? O se escuchó un hombre. Pero también se escuchó una mujer. Soy Ruth, dijo. Dijo así, no soy Ruth. Oye, Ruth otra vez. Sí, a Ruth dijo. No mames, vete a la... Dijo mi nombre. Luis dijo. Para los que no saben, yo me llamo Luis. A la madre. Dijo mi nombre, plebes. Y no se lo pregunté. No mames. No.
The spirit that was haunting him shortly before this particular clip somehow identified his name, and this led him to believe that it was the ghost of his mother. Furthermore, there was no cold energy around him, which was usually not the case when a poltergeist is present, meaning it must have been a friendly one at the bare minimum. Luis was scared of this presence, but knowing it may have been his mother, persisted through it, and was able to get us another piece of footage to watch.
Sí. ¿Quieres ayuda? Ruth. Sí. ¿Dónde estás? Dime dónde estás exactamente. ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás? Esperen, se me está cayendo esta cosa que tengo. No sé cómo agarrar todo. Perdón, amigos, me está temblando mucho la mano. La busco entre tumbas, ahí no quiero grabar esta tumba. ¿Dónde estás? La bestia. ¿Qué fue eso? ¿Hola? ¿Dónde estás?
This time he heard a sound from across the graveyard, and from the sounds of it, it very obviously was not a naturally occurring noise. It was as if something had fallen over. And listen up, because this is where things get interesting. The sound came from nearby to Luis' mother's grave, meaning that it may have been her causing this. He believes that to this day. The time was just 14 past midnight, and Antonio was home alone. His children were staying over at their grandmother's because the house was being renovated, and these renovations were happening above their bedroom, which would have made it impossible for them to sleep. Antonio and his wife were having a long, restless night, so at around 11:45, they decided to give up on sleeping and got back out of bed. It was on his way to the sitting room that Antonio came across something very peculiar, though. Have a watch.
Claudia, här stai? Claudia, här stai?
The item moved on its own accord, and it was beyond obvious that there was nothing that could have been interacting with it. Upon several zoom-ins, I was unable to expose any invisible wire or any kind of force acting on the item. After the incident, Antonio took the item out to the trash and told his children that it had broken, promising to purchase them a new one the next time that he got paid. This turned out to be the correct move, because him and his family never noticed anything of the sort again. On December the 5th of 2024, Max and his wife heard some peculiar sounds coming from the guest bedroom. An important note to make before I proceed is that the couple had not had a child together, and they were the only two people living inside of the house, making it impossible for this to have been natural. The time was 11:45, and they had both been watching television in the sitting room when this happened.
Hey. Yeah. Did you hear baby crying? Yeah, I opened the door. Oh, I thought that's why you opened the door. I heard it crying a long time in here.
Out of nowhere, the sound of a baby crying echoed around the entire house, and as I previously mentioned, they did not have any children living inside of the household. Max went inside of the room to investigate the scene, and the camera picked up something shocking following behind, a ghostly orb. This confirmed that the crying had been caused by some sort of spirit, and the family are currently in the process of eradicating it before it becomes too powerful, and it comes to the point where they take action too late. We wish them luck in this, and a priest would likely be the most cost-efficient approach. If you have ever watched a video from this channel before, then there is a 99.9% chance that you have heard of Ian, also known as the Midwest Ghost Hunter. He goes on all sorts of haunting adventures and posts really long videos stacked with clips to his YouTube channel, making it the perfect breeding ground for clips for this channel. The upcoming piece of footage came from a video where he visited a haunted asylum for a ghost hunt, and it definitely lived up to its name. Here is a clip from the video.
Whoa. There's something in that photo. It looks like a figure peeking out of that room. Hello? Is there someone in there? I wonder if this is Lulu's room. I guess there's only one way to find out. Yep, there it is. Lulu, I think I just seen you peering out from your room. Were you watching me? Whoa! Whoa! She just started by! Oh my god! I literally just seen her bolt in here. She just went from right to left. And she ran over somewhere this way. Lulu, I know you're in here. Are you running around your room? Ooh. Whoa. Sorry. You just spooked me a little bit there. Are you making noise over here? Could you make another noise? I'm trying to take a whole bunch of photos. I'm getting orbs. She is definitely in here. You have a very beautiful room, Lulu. Is that one of the cribs? The old cribs that you used when you were a mother? I'm very sorry about the horrible things that happened to you.
It was very obvious that someone or something was inside of the room with him, but whether or not it was who he referred to as Lulu or not is unknown information. What we do know is that despite seeing a figure peeking around the entrance, an orb flying across the room, and an unexplained noise, Ian pushed on through, showing just how brave he really is. Remember to subscribe for more haunting videos, especially considering Ian will be in a lot of them. On a night of which Sophie was already going through something severe, a ghost decided to enhance it, and when you know the backstory, this is quite sad. Roughly 1 week prior to this incident, the grandmother of Sophie, Sylvia, passed away in a tragic car accident that ended the lives of 2 people. Sophie was extremely close to her grandmother, and she was way too healthy and careful to have passed away at such a young age. Regardless, it happened though, and people just had to deal with it. Little did any of them know that she would come and pay her granddaughter a visit though.
I keep closing this drawer and it keeps opening by itself. Did you just see that? There we go. There was an orb and now there's this. Look. Look. Me. I'm gonna try it again.
This was suspected to be an incident caused by her grandmother, and it would make a lot of sense if this was the case. Once Sophie realized that this was likely the case, she broke down into tears and lay on her bed for hours thinking about her. I think it is safe to say that more harm than good was caused from this visit. Toby went to sleep early one night and he paid the consequences because sleeping early usually results in waking up early. At 1 o'clock in the morning this happened, and he rolled out of bed wondering what time it was. When he realized, he knew he needed to get back into bed. However, despite being aware that he needed more rest, he was not tired and rather fancied something to eat, so went downstairs to start cooking. Little did he know that something abnormal would happen. Strangely, the lid for the pan started sliding across the tabletop on its own accord, and it was obvious that no visible force was acting upon it. Even in the case of an invisible string, it would not be possible because Toby was on the camera, and it was evident that he was not tugging anything. This was a very creepy evening for Toby, and one of which I severely doubt he will forget.